This is the shoulder bridge. This is such an amazing exercise for glute, hamstring, and hip extensor strength. There are so many variations of the shoulder bridge. So for today, we will be reviewing shoulder bridge prep and full shoulder bridge. This exercise is designed to improve spinal articulation and improve strength in the hamstrings, hip extensors, and quadriceps. Begin lying down on your back with your feet hip-width distance apart and hands extended nice and long at your sides. We want to remain in a neutral spine as we lift for shoulder bridge prep. Even weight through both feet, and those hands are firmly pressing down into your mat, as that will be a critical connection point as we move into full shoulder bridge. For the prep, we're going to begin to lift our hips in a nice level line coming straight up off your mat. Really feeling the energy in the backs of your legs and glutes as you lift. We want to try to find a straight line from shoulders, hips to knees. I have tight quads and hip flexors, so this is a tough exercise for me at the top. Now, when we roll the spine down, we want to find those critical connection points in our spine as we draw the rib cage in. We keep squeezing through the back line of the body, engaging the hamstrings and glutes, trying to imprint the spine down one vertebrae at a time, rolling through the lumbar spine, through the pelvis, and returning back into a neutral position. Now let's try that again. Inhale as you lift in one flat back-like motion, feeling the hip extension at the top so you're very open. Draw the belly and the ribs in as you exhale, rolling the spine down, one vertebrae at a time, melting, melting, melting. I'm going to move my arms out to the side so you can see that spinal rolling position on this next one. So lifting in that nice straight line, ribs draw in, a lot of core connection here, a lot of glute connection. Imprinting down, thinking about unbuttoning a shirt from the top to the bottom, one button at a time. Now moving into full shoulder bridge, we are going to advance it by drawing the legs together. So you've got a connection of the inner thighs, ankles, knees. We want to try to squeeze an imaginary $100 bill between our knees, so don't let it go. Lifting the hips and the pelvis up in one flat back-like motion again. Much harder to find that full extension without those knees popping open. So you might notice that I'm not as high as I was, but I'm trying as hard as I can, and I'm firmly pressing those hands down into the mat. Now begin to push down with one leg and pull the opposite knee in towards the chest and extend the leg straight up towards the ceiling. We're gonna lower the leg down long on an inhale without the pelvis dropping. So keeping those hips nice and level and kicking the leg back up. Down and kicking back up. Knees in line, pelvis stays level. We lift back up and now stretch out of the hip, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Drag that leg back in, squeeze back to your center line, and then let's go ahead and roll it down just like we do in the prep work, melting, melting, melting through the spine, right? So that's the advancement of full shoulder bridge. Now let's go back to the prep, do 3 in real time together of each. Inhale as we lift, flat back. Exhale, melt the spine down, vertebrae by vertebra. Inhale, neutral pelvis in the lift, and exhale, rolling through the spine, keeping that slight squeeze in of the knees so those knees aren't popping wide. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rolling through the spine, one bone at a time. Now heel toe together, squeeze your center line, press up, neutral position at the top, and let's roll it down, hugging in to your midline as you roll and roll and roll. Lift straight up again, and roll through as you exhale. Third one, bring it up to a hold. Extend the left leg out long. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. lift, exhale, lower, lift, exhale, lower, down, 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 reach out of the hip dragon, reset. Notice if your pelvis dropped at all, send those hips back up to the sky as we switch legs. Extend out, inhale, lift. Lower out, drag back in, squeeze center line, hold that lift, and roll down, bone by bone by bone. Releasing to neutral pelvis, and rocking back up to your seat. That is shoulder bridge prep and shoulder bridge.